Hey guys, it's Rinnegan back here for another What If video. Today we're doing What If Naruto had a rinnegan part 1, as in the Which What If Should I Do video. Out of the 16 or 17 or whatever people that watched the video, only 2 people voted. And only one of them said that one of the choices listed in the video. Dot. Anyways, if you want to vote on a which what if should I do next video, make sure to subscribe or just check my channel every once in a while. Probably this should be released on Sunday, which means the next part the What If selection should be uploaded on Tuesday. So yeah, on Tuesday, check out my channel to see if it's uploaded. Oh yeah, I forgot about turning off Discord notifications. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, let's continue on with this video. Basically, what would happen is that one of Naruto's ancestors was an Uchiha from Minato's side. Though due to that being so far back, to the point of it being so far back from like 20 generations ago, Minato didn't have the Sharingan. And Uzumaki were cousins of the Senju. So though the Uzumaki clan no longer had much DNA from the Senju, Kushina still had enough to make it similar to the amount of Uchiha blood Minato had. So yeah, the Uchiha and Senju DNA were similar in the amount, and Kurama could easily fix this somehow, some way, with his magical nine-tailed fox abilities or something. Kurama could just make Naruto get the rinnegan, since the amount of Uchiha and Senju blood were so similar. Okay, now that's how Naruto has the rinnegan. But I'm not gonna make Naruto as OP as he can be. I could just make it Naruto gets the rinnegan at 7, which I will be doing. But I'll make it so Naruto doesn't know he has the rinnegan when he's 7. Yeah. That works 100%. Don't worry, I have a plan. Anyways, yeah, let's get on with this what if video. Naruto was being beaten down by a mob. Naruto was barely able to stay conscious, as Naruto was wondering why. Why did they all hate me? As Naruto was then enraged and saddened, enraged, and frustrated, as Kurama saw this opportunity as to give Naruto some of his chakra to cause a mini massacre. Though what Kurama didn't expect is that, Naruto had Senju and Uchiha DNA, which Kurama didn't know about. And due to Naruto being so young, the Nine-Tails chakra would mix with those two DNA and would be compatible, as the Nine-Tails was originally made by the Sage of Six Paths, who used the rinnegan, and Kurama's chakra would likely amplify those Uchiha and Senju cells. This may just probably be made up, but hey, it's needed to make this what if work. So yeah, let's get on with this video. Let's just get on with it. Naruto's eyes would then turn purple, which kind of makes sense, but kind of makes sense with red and blue equals purple, but not in the way people would usually expect, as instead Naruto has the rinnegan, as Naruto would out of the blue use a Shinra Tensei, and the Shinra Tensei would be used killing a lot of the villagers. Yeah, a lot of villagers are dead. The others ran away, and Naruto's wounds were healing. Instead of the stab wounds and burns, the first degree burns turned into 3-degree burns, and even some completely healed. And the stab wounds turned to slash wounds. Well, minor stab wounds. And Naruto was basically just extremely scuffed up and covered with blood. Though Hiruzen had a hard time keeping Naruto safe after this. So yeah. Anyways, we'll have a time skip now of 3 years. This is the time when the grass kunoichi strike. Seriously, this is necessary for Naruto to get the rinnegan. Since I don't know about much filler that happens there, but in this timeline, Iruka isn't there to just go search for Naruto. This time, Iruka's gonna arrive a year later. So the current academy instructor would be like, doesn't matter, I'll just give extra lessons today and make him fail a test. The demon deserves it. That would be what the academy teacher thought, but yeah. He hates Naruto, he doesn't want Naruto to get stronger, but little does he know, what he just did gave Naruto the power he needed. So yeah, Naruto got the power he needed now. By Naruto just running, Naruto would be scuffed by an explosive kunai as the kunai would explode and Naruto would be sent to a tree. As the grass kunoichi would surround Naruto and would prepare to kill him. As that moment, Naruto thought, darn it, am I gonna die here? I have to become Hokage. No, I won't die. But Naruto couldn't do anything as the kunai was inching closer and closer. The nine-tailed fox would then send more nine-tailed chakra towards Naruto. Though since the incident, the seal had been improved drastically, and yeah. Still, the nine-tails couldn't send much, though this was enough to reawaken the rinnegan. So yeah, Naruto would reawaken the rinnegan now, as Naruto would see the movement slowing down a bit, though not by much. I'll just say that the rinnegan has a bit of the prediction abilities of the Sharingan, and Naruto would feel more powerful than ever, as Naruto would manage to dodge it. As due to the Nine-Tails chakra, Naruto's speed was made to mid-tuning level, along with strength as well. As Naruto would feel this and would then say, incredible, what's this power? As Naruto would then think fast and would dodge the incoming attacks with difficulty, as Naruto would then say, well, let's see if I can do anything. As Naruto would charge and would go on the offensive, they would obviously be having difficulties with attacking. So yeah, as Naruto would wonder, as they were jumping through trees, Naruto would see the water, would see his eyes look different. As Naruto would immediately realize that his eyes were different and not the original blue, so there might be a dojutsu maybe. This Naruto paid more attention to class and would know about Kekkei Genkai and dojutsu, since though Naruto won't pay attention to the boring stuff, it was related to ninja, so Naruto decided to listen to it. So yeah, as Naruto would wonder if it has any other abilities, as Naruto would then try to focus on them, would try to focus chakra into his hand and go in for a right, and would go in to punch one of the kunoichi, hoping that his dojutsu might be able to enhance his power or something, as Naruto's hand would be turned into a blade, as the blade on Naruto's hand and arm would then slash or would then stab the kunoichi, as Naruto would be shocked. Did his dojutsu give him the ability to, morph his arms or other limbs into weapons? As Naruto in the original timeline or something would be phased at the sight of stabbing someone, though this Naruto who's been beaten and tortured or whatever, or my timeline's Naruto in this what if would just be like, no, I have to survive. I'll just try to keep them alive after. As Naruto would then deliver a gut punch with his other arm, as the other kunoichi would be surprised at this, so Naruto would take advantage. As Naruto would wonder if he could turn his entire body to steel or something, though it didn't quite work and was taking a large amount of chakra, kunai could no longer pierce his skin and he was much more durable. So yeah, that happened to Naruto. Anyways, yeah, let's continue on with this, as Naruto would then be shot by 2 fireballs colliding with him from both sides, as Naruto would wonder if his dojutsu had another ability, and would then try to test if it would heal him maybe, and the thought of thinking of this wouldn't trigger anything though. Though Naruto would feel something and would feel like it was possible, but he just couldn't do it. As Naruto... By the way, I'm gonna be taking some notes from the fanfiction called Eyes of Samsara, or Rebirth of Samsara. It's a really good fanfiction that has Naruto wielding the rinnegan, and it was somewhat inspirational for this what if, since I found one of their ideas to be incredible, which the idea was Naruto had to unlock the rinnegan abilities, which does make some sense. So yeah, I'll be using that idea, since in order to not make Naruto absolutely overpowered, that idea would need to be placed here. Anyways, yeah, let's get on with it. So, in this what if Naruto would be able to use the Deva path before, but it was only because of the intense emotions and all the Nine Tails chakra that was within him. So yeah, though Naruto now can only use the whatever path, I don't know what the path that gives Naruto's weapons is called, so yeah, I'll just call it the weapon path or whatever. So yeah, anyways, yeah, let's get on with it. As Naruto would jump up into the air and would then turn his hand into a kunai launcher, which was one of his ideas from the academy, and would then load in some kunai from his kunai pouch, and would then fire them at the kunoichi, and it would hit one of them with the sheer amount of kunai, though Naruto would use up all of his kunai in this attack, as Naruto would decide that since there was only one left, he should be able to win in taijutsu, as Naruto and the last kunoichi would then fight in an intense match of taijutsu, as they would punch and kick each other along with maneuver around. But in the end, Naruto, with his hand turning into a drill, would stab the kunoichi, killing her. So yeah, the kunoichi would be killed by Naruto. Though one of the kunoichi was still alive, which was the one that Naruto had originally stabbed, as the wound wasn't too big. So Naruto quickly bandaged it up, as Naruto didn't want anyone to die still. So yeah, As the other kunoichi would try to escape when she woke up, though she would see that the Hokage was there. As Naruto had told Hiruzen about the encounter, though not revealing his dojutsu, and would just say he saw them and would just be fun. Nah, you know what? That would be pretty bad, but let's just go on with it. Now that I'm saying that idea out loud, it sounds pretty bad of an idea, since Naruto would likely want to keep his rinnegan a secret, not wanting the villagers to go after him anymore after all. So yeah, Naruto would say that he found the kunoichi unconscious, though not unconscious, and tried to attack him when she woke up before, but Naruto was able to run away, then throw a kunai, which hit her. Naruto knew it was a bad excuse, but hey, it was the best he could come up with. And Hiruzen would say thank you, and Naruto would show him the other kunai he found. And Hiruzen would recognize it as the village plans or defenses. Hiruzen would say that he would pay Naruto the equivalence of a B rank mission and would thank Naruto. So yeah, Hiruzen thanked Naruto in this timeline. And yeah, let's get on with this video again. So yeah, Naruto would be fighting someone as we open it up. It had been 1.5 years, and Naruto was currently fighting his new academy instructor for 6 months currently. As Iruka saw that Naruto needed help with chakra control. And as Iruka knew that Naruto helped the village before defenses, and Naruto did ask Iruka if he had any tips, Iruka had been giving Naruto extra tips and classes about 2 hours after class ended, which Iruka had been helping Naruto with his chakra control, and even sometimes sparring with Naruto. So yeah, that's what happened currently. Naruto was firing a water bullet, and so did Iruka. Though Naruto's overpowered Iruka's, after the water bullets collided and the water dispersed, Naruto couldn't find Iruka, as Naruto would know that Iruka was likely underground, as Iruka had helped Naruto learn how to sense chakra. So yeah, Naruto learned how to sense chakra now, but so could Iruka sense chakra, so yeah. As Naruto would track Iruka, and Iruka would then appear in front of Naruto through a body flicker while underground. As this would catch Naruto off guard, but Naruto would then activate his rinnegan for a split moment, which Iruka doesn't know about it. And Naruto would use its enhanced abilities for Naruto's taijutsu, due to Naruto's enhanced reflexes with the rinnegan on, and Naruto would avoid Iruka's attacks, as Naruto would then quickly turn the rinnegan off and would then fire a water bullet towards Iruka, who would do the same once more, as they would then do a quick taijutsu battle, as Naruto would, in the midst of the taijutsu battle, create a hole underground, as Naruto would then jump in, which Iruka would see this opportunity, and instead of going into the hole, Iruka would use the mole jutsu and would then be going around underground, and would then surprise attack where he sensed Naruto, but it was false, as Naruto had gathered most of his chakra there at a certain area, and suppressed his own chakra greatly. So yeah, Naruto would suppress his own chakra while having a lot of his own chakra at a certain area which Iruka collided with. The chakra Naruto had would quickly retreat to Naruto, and Naruto would fire the biggest water stream he could, flooding the tunnels, and Naruto would then collapse everything with explosive tags as Iruka was pushed down to the ground by all the rocks and water. As soon as Iruka got up, Naruto would hold a kunai to Iruka's throat. As Naruto would say, "Well, I win, it seems, Iruka-sensei. Good match." As Iruka would say, "Same, Naruto. You've greatly improved since I first met you." As Naruto would then say, "Well, you're the one to thank for that, Iruka-sensei." Though Naruto would inwardly think, "Man, I need to increase my reflexes. Otherwise, I would have surely lost to Iruka-sensei in the beginning." Phew, luckily, I managed to handle that first attack you did with the body flicker, though, Iruka-sensei. As Iruka would say, "Thanks, I actually took some inspiration from one of your pranks, to be honest." As Naruto would say, "I thought you hated my pranks." As Iruka would then say, "Well, as much as I hate your pranks, I do admit they'd be useful as traps." So yeah, Naruto would say, "Thanks, Iruka-sensei. I knew you trusted me." As Naruto and Iruka would do some banter, though Iruka would say that he'd be busy for the next 6 months, as he'd be preparing for every one of them to graduate, so he couldn't train Naruto further. Though this also helped Naruto gain some free time when he could practice his rinnegan without Iruka knowing, which was a good thing. So yeah, Naruto would practice his rinnegan and would, though he previously mastered the path where he could use weapons, Naruto had also learned how to summon the Nadaraka path, now being able to heal himself. And Naruto was now working on achieving the animal path, where the simple way to do it was to, well, create a animal path that would be efficient and would be able to help him defeat himself with another path's abilities. Although the himself or the him that was there would have slightly better taijutsu. So yeah, that was the advantage the other him with the rinnegan would have, which Naruto would in 3 months would finally be able to do it, as he now possessed the animal path. As you might be wondering, why wouldn't Naruto try for the Deva path? Well, Naruto did try for the Deva path, but he failed greatly. So yeah, Naruto just failed. So yeah, Naruto did try for a whole 9 months, though he failed. So Naruto decided to give up on that one. I know, very shocking. Though Naruto decided that since that one was far too difficult, he'd focus on gaining the abilities of another path. And the Deva path's ability was to fight himself, who would have the Deva path's abilities. Naruto could use the rinnegan and whatever other ability he had, though the battlefield was the gravity multiplied by 10 times. So yeah, and himself from there had slightly better abilities with taijutsu and reflexes, and gravity techniques won't affect users of the Deva path as much. So yeah, that makes it so Naruto was at a large disadvantage, which Naruto only had one path, which was close combat, which wouldn't be that well since he could just be Shinda Tensei'd every single time. So yeah, Naruto knew he needed a ranged path in order to do it. So yeah, Naruto would fight using the animal path against the Deva path when Naruto's plan was to use the animal path. Since Naruto saw it as, well, he'll just summon enough animals to overwhelm him. Also, Naruto would be in the air, and Naruto could use any of his paths, so yeah, that's good. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the end of the video, I'd say. And yeah, Naruto in the next few months would learn how to use the animal path to perfection, along with increasing his taijutsu somewhat, and heavily increasing his arsenal of techniques. Though Naruto did learn some wind jutsu, like one he called Budget Shinra Tensei. As Naruto decided that he'd need his own version of the Deva paths, Shinra Tensei, though it was much weaker, Naruto knew that it would be basically useless for the Deva path test, so Naruto made that technique. And yeah, anyways, let's end this part here. The next part will be starting a month from the graduation exam, where Naruto would be taking the test for the Deva path once more. Will Naruto awaken it? Maybe yes, maybe no. And no, I'm not gonna pull a anime thing. This will actually be a fair test. If Naruto fails, then he fails it. So yeah. Anyways, let's end the video now. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you didn't already like and subscribe. And yeah, anyways, peace out.